personally, I feel like there's obviously not enough pros. The reason I say that is because the IFBB obviously is making it now to where in some sense it's easier to get your pro card. The reason I say that is because now top 2 finishers get their pro card in certain events, where it used to be the person that won first place or the person that won overall. So now that you have, me for instance, I took second place in nationals back last year in November. So I earned my pro card. Some people may feel like, oh, I didn't win the show. I shouldn't have got my pro card. That's the rule. I didn't make the rules up, but we all abide by it. Now, granted, I think I should have won that show, but that's a whole other topic. But anyway, by the IFBB making it easier now, or giving out more pro cards, the reason why I think they're doing it is because there's probably either one, not enough pros, or not enough pros competing. A lot of people get their pro card, but a lot of people don't compete as a pro. So I know maybe 4 or 5 pros that don't even compete, just personally. So they got their pro card at nationals, or USA's, North Americas, wherever, and then that was it. They're done competing. A lot of people use that pro IFBB before or either after their name, just for training purposes, market purposes, to help their business or whatever may be they're pursuing. So a lot of people that go pro don't actually compete as pros. Now the 212 division, which they have now, they have the men's open and the 212. The 212 division is actually a weight class just from 212 under. So now you have guys that go pro as middleweights, lightweights, light heavies, they can compete in that 212 and under. Whereas before, they didn't have 212 or 202, it was just the open class. So most of the guys are walking around 250 and plus, 230 and plus on stage in the open class. Guys in middleweight that go pro at 170, they can't compete with a guy that's 230. So that's when you have a lot of guys not competing when they turn pro. Now that you have the 212, which is an added division, I think now you have classes where people can fall into. So it's a little bit easier now to compete as a pro than it used to be. The classic physique division, they added that now. At the end of the day, it's all about money. The more classes they have, the more competitors they have, the more money they make, the more revenue that they gain. So if you have 20 people doing a pro show, they have their fans, their friends that come. That's more people paying tickets to come to the show. It's more money. It's all about money right now. So technically to me, I don't really know if there's such thing as having too many pros. Now, if there ever gets to a point where there's too many pros competing, then it just makes the competition that much harder. So to me, I welcome all competition. I think that the cream rises to the top. So to me, the elite will always succeed and always be at the very top. So it makes you step the game up. I'm all for it. So to me, I don't care if they make the top 3 go pro. End of the day, that's just more people that I have to train for to beat in my next show. So I think the real question would be how many pros compete, not necessarily are there too many pros. Because there's a lot of pro athletes, but not a lot of them compete. Man, it's kind of a bummer, but before I went pro, it used to be you place top 3, top 5 in a normal pro show. You get your qualification, goes to Olympia. Now it's not really so easy. Now you have to have so many points to get in. Is that easier? To me, it's not. It makes the competition harder for sure. Because what happened before, you had guys that came in to shows not 100%. So all they would train for is just to place top 5 or top 3. So the shows, the quality of the show wasn't really as great. Now they have point systems, you're fighting for points, So every show you go into, you got to be at the top of your game. Because if not, you're not going to get enough points. If you don't get enough points, you don't go. If you just got to get top 5 and you automatically go, all you got to really do is train half-assed and you're pretty much in. So to an extent, I hate it because it's harder for us. But at the same time, for the sport, it does help the sport. It helps the fans, the audience, get a better quality show. So now they actually come and pay for a ticket of $60 or $80. They actually get what they're paying for. So I understand the move from a business standpoint, but for the athletes, it's probably not as beneficial. because now we have to do more shows. If we don't win the show, we may have to compete 2 or 3 times to get a qualification, whereas before you could do 1 show, qualify, and just wait the rest of the year to the Olympia. Now you might do 2 or 3 shows just to even qualify to get to the Olympia. So it's more money we have to spend, more training we have to do, more diet. So it's definitely hard on the athletes. Not really a fan of it for my sake, but for the sport's sake, I understand it. It's probably a good business move. So I agree with it, but I have a little bit of mixed emotions about it. Man, that's a good one. I used to struggle with that question a lot. I was told by a lot of people that I used to be very arrogant, very cocky. And to some extent, I agree with that. I think I've gotten better over the years as I've gotten older and matured as a person. I don't think I'm nowhere near as cocky as I used to be. Number one, I think because now I know who I am as a person. I've grown into who I'm going to be. So I'm very secure with who I am and where I'm going. I think part of my issue was when I was very arrogant was really an insecurity thing. I probably either, 1, didn't feel I was good enough, or 2, felt like I needed approval from other people. So that was almost like a chip on my shoulder that I had to carry around with me. But it's very hard to be humble in a sport like this because it's all geared about and geared around how you look, your image. So it's all about what you see, in the mirror. When you're in a sport so dang as bodybuilding, I mean, literally, we're on stage, half naked or more than half naked, being judged by what we look like. So you're so focused on what you see in the mirror, not necessarily what type of person you are inside. So you're so focused on your outer appearance. It's very, very hard to be humble because, I mean, the whole sport itself is geared around what you see on the outside. I think that's where it takes a true person, it tests your real character from inside to really be able to succeed in this sport and still remain humble, or at least somewhat humble. To me, the biggest thing I noticed is that in any sport, anybody that's very successful, some people don't think they're cocky. That's just part of it. I think any great athlete, you ask some people, and you're probably going to say, oh, that person used to be kind of cocky. I think it kind of comes with territory a little bit. But when you start feeling like you're better than other people, that's when I think it becomes a problem. And my thing now is to be confident. I don't even have a problem with showing my confidence. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want to get to the point where people see me and they feel I think I'm better than them. Because that's, to me, where it becomes a little too much. And then that's more of an arrogancy than a confidence thing. So, but it's very hard, man. It's very hard to keep that inner character in check while you're so focused on what you look like. People tell you how good you look. Social media, you put the pictures up of yourself. It's all about how I look, So it's very hard to stay humble inside while you're trying to exceed in a sport all based off looks. All right, so we just wrapped up a little small Q&A session we had. Any of you all out there that have questions you want me to answer, make sure you contact me, leave comments below, or either contact me through my social media outlets. Facebook, Jermaine Todd. My Instagram, my IG is JT_IFBB Pro. And even on my Snapchat, which is the same thing, JT_IFBB Pro. Make sure you reach out to me, any questions you have, whether it be about diet, workout, supplementation, whatever it is, any questions you have that you really want to answer, make sure you contact me, leave a comment, and I make sure I get those questions answered. Next Q&A session we do, I'm going to read off some of the questions, and I'm trying to go through and answer as many as I can. I might not get to all of them, but I'll get to as many as I possibly can. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you go to the bottom, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.